What if Huggy Wuggy was never just a game character? What if the monster we all saw online was actually based on something real? A real company, real disappearances, and a toy that never forgot you once you touched it. People say they can still hear him breathing in the dark. Today, I'm going to show you something terrifying. Something that proves Huggy was never just a character. He might still be out there. Let's start with the place where it all began. Playtime Company in the game Poppy Playtime. They show us an old toy factory where kids used to take tours. But what many people don't know is that this idea may have come from real abandoned toy factories in the United States. In the 1980s, there was a company that went bankrupt after a fire accident. Several workers disappeared. The official report said it was an accident, but no bodies were found. After that, locals called the place cursed. Some people believe that's the real-life inspiration for the Huggy Wuggy factory. The game shows old posters of Huggy with the words, "He will hug you forever." But in real life, rumor says children complained that a giant blue mascot at that factory followed them down the hallway during field trips. It wasn't just a nice mascot. It was too tall, too quiet, too real. Parents reported their kids having nightmares. One girl said, "He smiled too big, and I couldn't move." Years later, when the game was released, those same kids, now grown up, started speaking online. They said the way Huggy moves in the game, twisting his neck, stretching his arms, is exactly how the mascot used to look. Some asked, how could game developers know something only a few people saw? Was it just imagination, or did someone tell them the truth? Huggy Wuggy is not a normal toy design. He has long legs and arms, and a smile that is too wide. Psychologists say many people feel scared when a smile is too big or eyes are too open. It touches a fear in our brain. That's why Huggy feels so unsettling. But here's where it gets creepy. A user online shared pictures of a 1990s prototype toy that looked almost exactly like Huggy. Long limbs, blue fur, red mouth. But it was never released because test children cried when they saw it. This prototype was from a real toy company based in Seattle. After the toy was cancelled, the company filed for closure within 1 year. Workers there claimed the toy kept reappearing in different places. One of them said the doll ended up on his desk every morning even after locking it in a box. He burned it. 1 week later, he found a similar doll in his office again, untouched by fire. He quit his job and moved away. Players of the game noticed something strange in the design of Huggy. There are numbers hidden on his feet that match the old company's product codes. That can't just be a coincidence. Many think someone involved in the game had access to real secret history of that toy line. That's why the game feels so real and disturbing. Huggy's smile hides something else: pain. In the game lore, Huggy was created from a failed experiment, but some people believe the real inspiration comes from experimental toys that were tested on kids in the early 2000s. These were robotic dolls with motion sensors and AI memory chips. A few parents reported those dolls waking up in the middle of the night and speaking random words like "forever" or "stay with me." The voices were not recorded voices. They were machine-generated. 3 families reported that the dolls had moved from one room to another by morning. And strangely, all 3 dolls had the same product ID, matching the same code found later hidden in Huggy's character model. Was this all a coincidence, or was Huggy based on these early AI experiments? Some people think Huggy acts like a demon or a watcher spirit. You cannot see him coming, but you feel when he is near. Children who saw the Huggy mascot in real life reported a bad smell, as if the costume was old or rotten, even though the company said it was just mascot fabric. One former employee said the suit was heavier than normal. He believed something was built inside, something that moved. Many years later, security guards found strange scratch marks inside the abandoned toy factory. Not on the walls, on the ceilings, and they were 8 feet high. Who makes scratches that high? One guard took a photo of the marks. They looked like claw marks from a giant hand. He only stayed 1 shift and never went back. Even more disturbing, the room where they stored old toys had a box labeled Prototype H01. That box was empty, and right above it, written in marker, were the words "Do not open." The game devs used the letter H for Huggy, code 01 for the first test subject. People believe this is why Huggy is codenamed Experiment 1006 in the game, because they changed it slightly for legal reasons. But the real one was Prototype H01. There's another theory. Some say Huggy Wuggy is a piece of lost marketing from a toy company that wanted to hypnotize kids. His long arms were designed to hug children and calm them. But what if it did the opposite? Videos online show children crying while hugging a giant Huggy mascot toy in malls. The parents think it's funny, but look closer. The kids aren't just scared. They look like they feel trapped. The signature phrase "He will never let you go" is printed on posters in the game. But one leaked ad from the 90s shows the same phrase used in an early children's sleep commercial. It featured a blue creature hugging a child in a bed. The commercial was never aired again. No one knows why. Some say it was banned because it caused psychological distress in children. People online have compared scenes from that banned commercial with parts of Poppy Playtime. The similarities are insane. Same character pose, same smile, same line. This can't be an accident. More proof comes from people exploring the abandoned factory. Some urban explorers recorded strange sounds inside, like heavy thuds and metal scraping. One video accidentally captured what looks like a blurry blue shape moving behind a hallway door. When they slowed the video down, they saw two long arms closing the door gently, like someone or something trying not to be seen. One explorer said he saw huge footprints shaped like rounded paws. The size was about 20 inches long, too big for a human, too round for a bear, but exactly like Huggy's feet in the game. He left immediately. Some say that maybe Huggy Wuggy isn't just a game monster. Maybe he's still inside that factory, or maybe someone is wearing that prototype suit, still walking around, still hugging. People online believe that energy stays locked inside dolls and plush toys. They can carry emotions, memories, even spirits. If Huggy Wuggy is based on something real, it may be more than just a ghost story. Some users claim that when they buy a Huggy Wuggy plush from the store, strange things happen at night. One person said they heard whispers like a low growl near the toy. Another said the eyes glow faintly when all the lights are off. Parents have posted videos of kids screaming and pointing at the Huggy toy, even when it's not moving at all. Maybe kids can feel something we cannot. Maybe this blue creature was never meant to be a toy. Maybe it's more like a warning. In one viral story, a boy left his Huggy plush at home while the family went to visit relatives. When they returned 3 days later, the toy was sitting at the front door. No one had keys to the house except them. They still have no explanation. The company that made Poppy Playtime never confirmed if the game was inspired by a real story or real company, but their early marketing videos show real-life factory footage mixed with animation. Why would they use real abandoned factory footage? Some people investigated the location and discovered it has the same layout as a real factory that shut down in 1992 after child safety violations. The original factory's name was hidden, but documents show they were working on emotion-responsive toys. That means toys that react to the child's mood, just like Huggy in the game, who hugs when happy and kills when angry. Researchers believe these toys may have used unethical experiments on workers, mixing psychology with tech. If even part of this is true, then Huggy Wuggy might be based on something horrific, something that should never have been created. So, maybe Huggy Wuggy never died. Maybe it's not just a game monster. Maybe it's an echo of something real that still lives in the shadows. A failed experiment that escaped the factory. Or maybe it's still trapped there, waiting for someone to return. Some urban explorers say the air feels heavy near the old test rooms. They say you can hear faint humming in the walls, like a lullaby being sung by a broken machine. One person even claims that at night you can hear a deep slow whisper coming from the halls. Play with me. They captured the sound on audio. It sounded exactly like Huggy's growl from the game intro. Too perfect to be fake. Whether Huggy came from a haunted doll, a lab experiment, or something much worse, one thing is certain: this story is not over. And if you ever visit that old building, don't go alone, because if Huggy finds you, he will never let you go. So next time someone says Huggy Wuggy is just a character, show them this video. This isn't just a toy. This is a warning trapped inside a smile. Thanks for watching, and remember, some things you see in games might be real. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay safe, because Huggy might already be closer than you think.